Hey, good morning. So I'm still at the Nome Hostel or Home, or I forget the exact name, but about to go out and do slack pack. It is raining out there today. And I tell you, it's a whole different attitude of hiking in the rain versus knowing you're going to hike in the rain and come back to a hostel. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll be going through Hot Springs. Don't know how much recording I'll do. Just got to protect my phone. And I don't have a lot of fancy waterproof stuff. But anyway, so if there's something I can record, great. If not, I'll catch you up at the end of the day and let you know what it's all about. Surely I can show you something in Hot Springs, but we'll see. So we'll be going through Hot Springs now. Getting dropped off north, and we're actually going to hike southbound back to Flow, where that Trail Magic was. So it's about a 12-mile hike, I think, and so looking forward to it, and it'll be an adventure in the rain, so we'll see. All right, so we're about to go into Hot Springs on this slack pack. We're actually hiking south, so we're coming into Hot Springs from the north side of town, but you can see the French Broad River down there, and it's like a solar farm or something. But man, we've been really lucky. We thought it was going to be raining. It rained about maybe a half a mile on us, and that's about all it's done. So we'll see what this town's all about. All right, so you can tell we're getting closer, and look how broad that river is. Matter of fact, that is French Broad. All right, I've got my little umbrella out, and we're walking into Hot Springs. Kind of neat. Trail comes right through downtown. Well, I guess it's downtown. Not much of a town, but this is Hot Springs, North Carolina. There's Iron Horse Station. I think we're going to try to eat lunch here at the tavern, I think. Oh, that's it. Is that the tavern right there?
I just think we stuck in Mountain Diner.
Okay. And anyway, come back. But there's supposed to be a little outfitter, and they say that the hikers and the tourists are the big part of how this town runs. So they're very welcoming to us folk. So don't have the white blazes, but on the sidewalk of Hot Springs, just the embedded into the sidewalk. How cool is that? All right, so here's the Smoky Mountain Diner. So we're gonna see what this is all about. Agony left from the supply or the outfitter and said that we could try to get a table before breakfast being stop being served. So we'll check it out. All right, we're here in the diner, and I got another hiker for you. So who do we have here?
My trail name is Leaf Blower, and I'm 28 from Connecticut. My real name is Liam.
All right, cool. Had an awesome breakfast at the diner. Now just heading out of town, and Agony's trying to figure out where to go.
Yeah.
There we go. See the blaze?
Yeah, here.
This was crazy. Just coming down the trail, I look off to the right, and check this out. An old tombstone. It says Ava Cragg, October 3rd, 1882 to November 3rd, 1940. Absent, comma, not dead. You can tell it was just on a concrete cast, just kind of written with a nail or something. And then this one is a much newer headstone. George Cragg, 1881, May 12th, 1966. Departed, but not forgotten. Huh. So this is just a couple miles. I think I'm about 3 miles south of Hot Springs. No telling what you'll see. Okay, well, I've showed you like big time trail magic with Fresh Ground and those guys yesterday. Well, fresh trail magic can be as little as a bag of apples sitting right by the trail. So this is the gap. This is Flow Gap. This is where we'll be getting picked up to go back to the hostel for tonight. And I'll show you a little bit more of the hostel when I get there. But end of the hike for the day. Got about 12 miles in today.
Hi, my name name's Nevermore. I'm going to be 57 in April. I'm from Alaska. I live in the Matsu Valley, which is about 45 miles north of Anchorage. And prior to coming out on the trail, I was a mass transit transportation driver for the city of Anchorage.
Very cool.
All right, now there are dogs and there's dogs. This is Wally, the Great Pyrenees. Sit. Sit. Wally, sit. Good boy. Good boy. That's a big old boy. That's a good boy.
How old is he? He's 1. He's just...
All right, I thought I'd show you around the Happy Nomad hiker house. It's really awesome. It's just south of Hot Springs. They've been really, really cool folks. So let me show you around here a little bit. It's kind of similar to most hostels, but you may find it interesting. So there's a common area just to hang out in here. Like most hostels, there's some in this place. There's 2 private rooms, and then there's a bunk room, and so they have, you can buy some shirts and that kind of stuff. Everybody's loving on the dog in here. Loaner clothes, towels, common kitchen area. And then in the kitchen, you have certain things. It's just honor system. All the stuff you may want to buy. And then you fill out the individual sheet of what you got. So kind of an honor system. And then there's also the rates for shuttle and slack packing, which is what we took advantage of today. And another area, common area, watching some movies in here. That is a big old dog right there. But anyway, cool place. And then back here is just the bunk area. And of course you pay a little bit less for the bunk area that you would from a private room.
Oh my
God. Really cool place, cool people, been very, very helpful. That's Sunshine right there. She's one of the owners. So check it out if you're in this area. Really cool place. Well, good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. And happy birthday to Colin. My son turns 23, I think, 24. It's crazy how you lose track, but anyway, happy birthday to you. Well, listen, back on trail. So out of Hot Springs, got the full pack back on. Couple gear changes I did have while I was in town. I upgraded my umbrella. The umbrella I had was just, I just found it at Target and whatnot, and it served the purpose. And but I did upgrade to a backpacking umbrella, which is the same dimensions. It's just much lighter, and so far pleased with that. The weather today is very cloudy. We're supposed to have some chance of scattered showers, but that's just kind of to be expected. Got a few days, and then there's a little hostel place up a couple days, and then the next big town we get to, and that's relative, of course, but is Irwin, Tennessee. That'll be the next big resupply. So good to be out and about. There have been a couple people that had to get off trail. There's an older lady, 6 Mile. She got that trail name because she only goes about 6 miles a day, but it's awesome. She's from Savannah, Georgia, just a real sweet Southern lady. And she's got to go back to town for some things. And she says, I hope my husband lets me back out. So I'm sure he'll be supportive. And then there's another young lady, Stitch. She's got to go back. She's from South Carolina. And but so it happens, everybody's just kind of doing their thing. But I've been very blessed so far, moving on. And but I also know it can only take a moment to change that. So I need to be thankful for each moment that I do have. So as we move on, I'll share with you, introduce you to new hikers, and we'll just see what the day brings. I've talked about filtering the water before. I just came to this little stream right here. It's got a little piped. Just put a little PVC pipe in there. But one technique that a lot of hikers use that I've learned is, water is heavy. So obviously you need water, and you want to carry as little as possible. So you look at your sources, and then there's a term called cameling up. And you could probably guess what that means, but that's when you get to a water source, you just drink as much as you can. And then, so you don't have to carry anymore, and or if you need to refill. But anyway, it's just a good strategy to stay hydrated as much as possible. And like, for example, the trail today, we got good water source until the last 5 miles. We don't have much water. So we just have to plan accordingly. So it's just kind of cool, the things that you have to focus on. That goes back to what I was talking about in civilization, things being easy but more complicated. I mean, you can go to a faucet most places, but out here, you really have to plan when your water is and where you get your water. But anyway, cameling up, and so that's what I did. I just drank as much as I could right here, and so didn't have to use the water I'm carrying, and I can limit the water I'm carrying. All right, so we're stopping for lunch, but this is a small shelter. This is I guess that's supposed to be the Spanish word for water, but I don't know. It is what it is. But you can see how small this thing is. I mean, this is sure enough little house on the prairie, but very small and narrow. You could fit, 5 people in there maybe. And this fog you're seeing is about what it has been all day. So we're going 8.6 more miles to the next shelter, and you probably can't see that at all. And that is the mile marker we're at right now, 282.8. All right, experiment time. This is, I believe, a hemlock evergreen. It has been cut to clear the trail. And first off, and especially for the elementary kids and stuff, that it may be very basic, but you can see when you cut the cross section of the tree, the rings, and it grows a ring each year. And sometimes you can see that, the one ring might be larger than the next, and that they may have had more rain, or if they're real thin, it might have had less rain. But what I wanted to show you here is great fire starter is, see all that sap? That's coming right out of that tree. Kind of like the blood of that tree. And a lot of times places like this, right here in the crook of this, where this limb comes into the branch, it'll collect right here. So when it's cut down, that's what we call fat lighter. It's great fire starter. And let's see, matter of fact, see how this works right here. So I got my little lighter. Just check this out, how quickly and easily this will ignite. So it just shows you how flammable that is. Oop, and see it's burning down there. So I'll put that out, but that just shows you just how rich in fuel that is. Isn't that crazy? All right, let me take care of this. All right, just so if any of you were worried, it is put out, but I just wanted you to see how easily that burns and how it's such a great natural fire starter. All right, that was cool, but I know it goes without saying, or it should go without saying, do not do that without your parents or your teacher, or it's not just to play with or anything like that. It was just a situation that if you're it's just knowledge to have, but do not. I've dealt with kids long enough to know it looked cool and looked fun, but do not do that on your own, okay? Promise? Thank you. Look, the sun's coming out a little bit. Awesome, clearing out. All right, well, that's the end of today. It's been a good day. We did just about 14 miles, and so we got another little stretch tomorrow. We're gonna go make some dinner and have a good night's rest. But I do hope everyone's well. I pray for you guys just like I know you're praying for me, and I do appreciate that. So that's the end of the day.